Welcome back to Streamline Entertainment. We're going to go into the Streamliner messages. Thank you all for all your replies. And also, we're going to hear from Mariana a little bit later. So, Adele, how you doing? Poor little lad, my heart goes out to him and his family. Thanks for the update, Marvin. Yeah, do go to Streamline Investigations. Ali is over there on that channel as well, and she can reply to anything on that case. And she's also putting her own videos up there, which are going up as well. Thank you. Let's just hope he's found safe. Dave Fletcher, great job you're doing, Marvin and Ali. Thank you very much, Dave. Really appreciate you and your kind words. Thank you so much for your support and watching us. Mark says, very good point. Peter knows what he's talking about. He's absolutely brilliant. And don't you find it really, really bizarre? And I think someone said that they might be reopening this case as well, because there's so many weird and strange things. And what would be the reason for the police to cover it up? And I always thought that the boyfriend and some of his associates were a little bit weird, even though I don't think they were involved. It seems like they knew something we didn't, and that is the real strange thing about it. Not Today Santa says, don't always agree with Haley, but hers in the burning question on this video, it just sparks all the old suspicion up. Yeah, it does. It does. I agree with you. I think she was very smart in the case. I think she said a lot of things which got people's back up, but nobody's perfect. Pure loyalist, please be safe. Once the world coming to, my heart goes out to the parents and grandparents, family and friends. Thoughts and prayers from Scotland. Thank you very much for that, pure loyalist. Really appreciate your kind words, especially about the missing 4-year-old Gus. And like I said, it is a very strange world sometimes we're living in, but so many children and kids and babies and whatnot going missing. And like I said, we just need to help out where we can, and this is what myself and Ali are trying to do. Bonnie says, this is a bizarre case. Why is Daniel all over the media talking? Where is Malaya, the kid's mum? And why ain't she talking, calling for their return? I hope those little ones are okay, but the longer it goes on, the more stranger this case is becoming. Bonnie, you're spot on. I mean, is he doing it to get famous, or is he getting off on the case? Which was good, you know, which is odd because, like I said, some of the giggles and the smiles and the off key, you know, I'm not saying Daniel's done anything at the end of the day, but it's bizarre that he keeps saying, look, 100%. I know that those dogs, cadaver dogs, are not going to find nothing. It's really odd. It's like he's saying, look, I'm one step ahead of the game. And like I said, I'll tell you what you need to know when it comes to it. That's what it seems like to me. He's so confident in himself. Maybe he's confident because he hasn't done anything. He hasn't got anything to hide. There's that reason too. But like I said, it's almost that he likes being in the media's attention to sort of keep us thinking, which I find his behaviour a bit bizarre. But thank you, Bonnie. That is, it's, you know, such good question there. But like I said, we just have to find out in the next few weeks or month what comes up in this case, because I'm sure the police are not giving up on it. Earth Angel. Earth Angel, Earth Angel. Got me singing there. Right. Watch Wax and Filtered. He's got it right on point. It was no accident. I fell for his parents and brother. It must be horrendous for them. I believe they were all involved, but someone else unalived him. It is so sad. He won't rest in peace until the truth comes out. Thank you very much for that, Earth Angel. I totally agree with you. Totally agree with you. I think that Wax, most of the stuff he said was absolutely spot on. I do believe there was a gang involved. I do believe that some people had it in for Jay. I do believe that his friends weren't as loyal as they came across, especially Lucy. But like I said, the truth will come out. And like I said, he'd made some brilliant videos. And I do think that basically, like many the public, the sleuths, the streamliners, the truth will always prevail. Kayla, how you doing? Deepest compassion to Jay's family. I mean, no disrespect. I feel like that documentary told the story the courts wanted to tell. So many things have been overlooked. The online crowd is the general public. Wrongs are what caused the damage. I think the family know the truth, whatever that is. It's not information they want to share publicly, fair enough. But the bit that plays on my mind is the CD sale of Amazon Lost in Tenerife by Jay Slater. It was for sale 2 days before he went missing. There was no answers in this doc. Frustrating. Kayla, that's a brilliant message there. I agree. There's was a very, very alarming video to that basically that song, which someone reported to the police, but I will play that in the basically my documentary. But like I said, there was some bizarre stuff which actually went on, but that video was it's nothing nasty, people. At the end of the day, it's just someone who was alarmed over that song, but it was a video that I'd not seen before. But like I said, I will put it out in the documentary. But it is bizarre about that, I must admit, and it should have been flagged. And I think the police should have looked into it, because I find a lot of things were sent to the police and they didn't answer back, as though it didn't really mean that much, or for them to chase it up. Hi Marvin, I have some important information regarding the Jay Slater case that I would love to share with you. I think it'd be best if you send directly via email. Could you please share your email address with me? And I want genuinely appreciate your great informative video, Frida. Yeah, of course. Of course. Yeah, what I'll do is I'll finish the messages and then I'll pass those details on to you, Freeline. Thank you very much for that. And someone said he was messaging people on a phone and then blocking them. Makes you wonder, Cal. That's well said. 422. It's because he didn't know who he could trust or who he couldn't trust, or maybe he felt embarrassed to tell his parents that he was in a bit of trouble. But you would have thought that he would call his mum, wouldn't you? Jane Brown says yes. The interesting question on Daniel Martel, that the stuff that was found in the bathroom when apparently a family member said he was doing rugs in the bathroom, Daniel Martel. So, sorry, I think I was catching a cold, people. The device is a Raspberry Pi, which is a small computer that normally uses for hobbyist electronic projects and where you need a small computer like 3D printed drones and any other things. People often use them to make DIY Roku types of devices to watch movies on the internet. They are versatile, small, portable computers. But like I said, if he's taking things like that apart, then it must be pretty clued up in what he's doing with devices and stuff like that. But like I said, look, he is innocent, but it's odd him turning up on basically most people's podcasts now and national TV at the end of the day. And he seems to be enjoying it as well. That's bizarre. Thank you, Caroline, the dude, Verily Jules, Cal, thank you very much. Friedel, I'll get back to you. Kayla Millsy, Earth Angel, Vonnie, Pure Loyalist, Not Today Santa, Mark, Dave Fletcher, Adele, thank you very much, people. Appreciate you all. And now we're going to hear from Mariana. Welcome back to part 2, Mariana, people. I just want to say, do follow Mariana. I think she's brilliant, and her content on the Jay Slater case was good. And I respect you, Mariana, at the end of the day. And you just say it as it is. Yeah, some people are not always going to agree with what you say and how you say it. But I think you're spot on. You're very honest in your opinion. And yes, I do think things will come out in this case that we're all going to be shocked about. But the truth will prevail. I do think that.
What's happening, TikTokers? I hope you're well. Hope you're having a lovely day. We are nearly halfway through the week. Thank fuck. Right, I'm posting this video. This is genuinely my final video on Jay Slater. And the reason why is because there's nothing actually going on. We've discussed the documentary, we've discussed the red flags, we've discussed the holes in the story that's got more holes than a block of cheese. Zoe Brown, I wonder if you're going to post this on your page, mocking me and my mental health, mocking me with what I'm saying. But anyway, Zoe Brown, let's get to it. I will come back and post more videos the moment people start to slowly reveal the truth because they've slipped up. I will be coming back saying, I told ya, I said that the Airbnb wasn't forensically examined. I said that the Airbnb wasn't forensically examined. I told you he was either pushed or murder, she wrote. He didn't fall to his death. I told you the Snapchat photos were staged. This, that and the other. And I'm also going to come back and I'm going to say, ha! Told you so. The reason why I'm doing this is not because the trolling, not because you've got Luggy hanging out the back of Rachel Hargreaves' arsehole or Zoe Brown's arsehole, but purely the fact is there isn't any point posting on this anymore. I'm going to be taking a step back on TikTok a little bit anyway. I've got other things going on. I've got a few things in the pipeline that are really exciting, so I'm going to keep focused on that. I'm going to be posting like singing videos. Wonder if you post that, Zoe Brown. Doubt it. I'm going to be posting singing videos, maybe a couple dance videos, but in regards to the Jay Slater case, there's not going to be any more discussion on that. But like I said, I will come back and post the moment all the truth is revealed.
I agree, and I think that truth will come out. Well said, Mariana. And don't worry, don't give a toss about what the trolls, because like I said, a lot of the information was very valuable to this case. And please go and subscribe to what Mariana does next. At the end of the day, she's got a brilliant channel there. She said, love in the chat, loved every video you have made. You spoke the truth. Love your coverage. The only one I followed, actually. You did great. We will be here waiting. Big love, girl. So she's got a lot of respect there. And like I said, I agree the truth will come out. I know, yes, you have to be careful these days now what you actually put out. But like I said, there's still a lot of red flags and alarm bells in this case that should have been flagged by the police, which wasn't. And it's sad to say at the end of the day, we know what happened, but it's whether people want that truth to come out. But I'm sure people do, as long as people start talking, the more the time goes by. Let me know what you think, people. Don't forget to subscribe to Streamline Entertainment and follow the channel. Appreciate you all. Thank you.